navigating a period of great challenge in my life. In summary, I was married for a total of 24 years, 15 of which was in sickness. Only 9 was in health. It was a period of great challenges. I was running my business. I was trying to bring up 2 young children. And in the midst of it, my husband became ill. Multiple sclerosis dominated our lives. The gradual but insistent isolation of illness became our reality. Over time, we were reduced from active socializing with friends and family to being stuck in the prison of our own home. Our beautiful home, which we bought with pleasure and anticipation, literally became a prison. There were no remissions. The illness was aggressive and progressive. We made constant adjustments to accommodate the relentless relapses. Feeding, medication, hydration, and the works.
How did you actually navigate? Just give us a little bit of that.
At my time of worst pain, I was so angry with God, I wouldn't even pray.
Mm-hmm.
I went through a period where I never went to church either.
Okay.
Because the anger was there. It's as if I was saying, God, I'm serving you. I'm doing everything you wanted me to do. How can this happen? Looking back now, though, I think, oh, you of so little faith, girl. Hello. Have you not read the Bible? Have you not read what happened to the disciples? Look at what even happened to Jesus. Do you want to come into this Christianity? um,
I love the transparency, though. I commend you on that transparency right there. There's going to be some weeping, right? There's going to be periods of weeping. What switched you from after being so angry with God? How did you find yourself on the other side?
okay. Number one, which was key, I had a strong family of faith who surrounded me. They never left us alone as a family. And not only were they praying for us, they were coming into our home once a week to pray. Our home on a Friday night became a place of prayer. Prayer warriors would be there praying with us, and we're not talking about a great crowd. We're talking about maybe 3 or 4 women who persevered in prayer, and 1 or 2 men also. Let us not forget the men. The way the illness progressed, it became more difficult after a period of time to even go to church, but they never left us. But not only did they pray, they did practical things, like they would pick up my children from school for me. They would cook. They would call me and say, on your way home from work, stop by. We've done your dinner for you.
The selected few that were committed to it. And that is so
Absolutely.
important. Having that circle, having that support system.
That body of faith kept me spiritually, but
Right.
also kept us at practical times because I needed the children being picked up. It was a pleasure to come home to a cooked meal that I didn't have to do myself. They helped me spiritually, physically, all the way.
You then finally having the grace to cope.
Yeah. And there was an irony there when I was trying to twist God and tell him what to do, healing my husband, and I was finding it so hard to cope. And I was really burdened and distressed. My husband was at total peace. God had healed him spiritually, healed his soul. God had been doing a work in him all along, and he was totally peaceful. People were visiting him and leaving his bedside, and they were saying, I went to visit him, but boy, did he encourage me. He was ministering to the people who went to minister to him. Indeed, the 15 years of illness taught me what my vows meant. I never had to think about my vows in the 9 years where we had great fun and we were both, you know, full of health, full of vigor, just getting on with life and progressing, and all our plans were working well. It's as if the 9 years was how we saw it. This is what married life is about. But the last 15 taught us what married life was really about putting the other person first. And even it was a struggle. I kid you not, it was a struggle to just hang on in there, especially as he became more and more and more ill and became less of the active partner that I used to have. We were a couple, we were such great friends.
Oh,
Friendship was key. I
yes.
remember when it really hit and when it was so hard to cope. And I said to God, and my whole body, my whole being was screaming out, quit, quit. Somebody even said to me, nobody would blame you if you quit. And I said, God, I thank you that he's my friend. I
Oh,
thank you that I can stand here beside my friend and help my friend make it through. That's when I recognize the importance of your spouse being your friend, somebody you can trust. He trusted me with his life. He trusted me not to quit on him, not to dump him someplace, not to walk out. He couldn't even speak it, but he trusted me. And I thank God that by his grace, I was able to stand by my vows. I repeat, it was not easy. I would not wish it on anyone. I would not wish to go through this experience again because this experience almost broke me. So I take no credit for having seen it through.
right.
I give all the glory to God because I know that it was He who helped me, strengthened me, assisted me, and carried me through navigating this passage. I've
Wow.
spent from 33 to 49 in
Wow.
sickness, a large chunk. You could
Yeah.
say the best years if you like.